what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ntokie, and as you can see by today's title, I am gonna be sharing 6 things that we need to leave behind in 2020. Period. This cannot stay with us in 2021. It cannot carry over, and no, it has to go. So as you can see by the title, I've compiled a list of 6 things we need to leave in 2020. Sis, these things cannot carry over to 2021. And as you can see, it's personal stuff. Not really trends, but I just made a list of things that I think we could definitely live without in 2020. So let's just jump into it. I just made a list and I'm just gonna share what I think. Y'all, let me tell you, it's actually low gen right now. Thank God my ring light is a USB stick, whatever, but your girl be pulling through for you. Yeah. So the first thing that I want to talk about is pride. What we need to leave behind in 2020 is definitely our pride. I think us as people, this can be me too, we get ashamed of struggling. It's not easy for people to admit that they're struggling and they're having a hard time, and pride can get in the way of getting help. It can get in the way of making your life a lot easier and just admitting that you are not having a good time. It's okay to ask. It is okay to ask. It is okay to admit that you're not going through a good time, everything's kind of rough, and that you're human, because having pride is gonna leave you isolated in the dark with no one to help, and you're gonna feel stuck, and that is something we don't want on this channel. We don't want to feel stuck, isolated, or feel like we're alone, because this is home, this is a safe space. So honey, leave your pride behind. Sweetheart, leave your pride behind. If you know you're struggling, say something. Pride will let you suffer, hey? Another thing that I think we should leave behind in 2020 is definitely our egos. Alright, so this hits me personally because I know I wrote this down because I'm speaking to myself basically. So ego does not like to be ashamed. Ego does not like to be called out or embarrassed. And how it relates to me in my life, I know that I could read a text badly, or I could read it in the incorrect tone, and my ego could come up immediately, like it's the first one to show up, and it wants to spit facts, and it wants to attack, and it wants to defend, and that is basically to kind of protect itself from being hurt. And in saying and attacking and defending, I could say the wrong stuff, the complete incorrect stuff, and I could also say stuff that could really hurt people. And I know I'm a very smart and quick-tongued person, so I definitely personally need to hold back. If I read a text that I feel, my ego feels attacked, or I feel defensive against, I literally put my phone down for 10 minutes and then I go back to it and I read it again just to make sure I read it right, because literally my ego will jump onto that and I'll say something that I probably can't take back, and that's gonna hurt. So yeah, definitely check out your ego, make sure that it's in check, because ego always wants to be first to the show. Ego is always there for the drama, and us, we don't like drama on this channel. It's just a no. So yeah, definitely make sure to check out that ego. And I think the thing about ego is that it's always going to be there. We just need to acknowledge it and have control over it. Like I said, I literally put my phone down for 10 minutes. I cool down, I think about it, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's not whatever, Okay guys, so another thing that I think we really need to leave behind in 2020 is an imbalance, and that is in your work and your play. Guys, literally grind culture will kill you. If you feel bad for sleeping, you will die, because I feel like we're always like on the grind, or on Instagram and on social media. It's always, if you're sleeping you should feel bad because I'm working while you're sleeping, blah blah. Guys, please go get your sleep, get your rest, because I tell you, you're gonna be working more efficiently and more effectively with a sound mind with rest than if you're not sleeping at all. Guys, let me tell you, literally 2020 taught me to sleep, because I used to be this productive on the grind person, and that really, it didn't work out for me, because in the long run I was running low on fuel and energy. I would probably maybe snap a little bit because my emotions are not balanced well. So I definitely say, guys, please leave that imbalance behind. Please balance your work and your play. If you work really hard, make sure to put in that play time to balance that out. And also, please do not play the whole time. If you're playing, make sure you've worked hard enough, like, don't just play and expect your work to be done and see results if you're not putting in the time and the work. Okay guys, so this is a very important one, and that is excuses. Like, I think 2020 has really proven to everyone that excuses are literally not cutting it. They are like literally reasons to give up expectation and responsibility, and it showed us that really, if you want something, you will go and get it. So if you're giving excuses, that means you really don't want it as bad as you say you do. So giving up excuses is something I think that's gonna take a longer time, and it's gonna be harder, because I mean, if you're used to giving excuses for why you're not posting on YouTube and why you're not doing well in a certain area, then what am I saying? Then whatever I was saying. Lost my train of thought, sorry guys. If you think about it, literally, if you're giving up excuses, you're not really helping, you're actually pushing yourself backward even more, because if you're giving excuses, you're giving more reasons as to why you're not supposed to and why you're not, when you know that you have to. In the end, this goes hand in hand with your homework, it goes hand in hand with paying your bills, it goes hand in hand with working out, eating healthy, all the stuff that you want to get done that you don't really get done, or probably because of excuses. And procrastination is a form of excuses. Like, procrastinating something is basically setting something back because you know you're gonna have time, or there's something more important to do in that time than to actually do what you're supposed to do. Is it gonna help you in the long run? No ma'am, it's really not. So I think it's a very wise thing to just cut it. All right, act like you don't see it. Something that we need to cut out, and something that we need to leave behind in 2020 is cancel culture. Like, I am so over it. I'm literally so over it. You could literally say a couple of wrong words on Twitter and you could be cancelled for life. You could be isolated, you could be cut, and I don't think that's fair, because as far as I know, we're all human, and as far as I know, we all make mistakes. And because a person makes one simple mistake, they cut out from society. Just because your problems on public doesn't mean they're not there. So before you try to cancel somebody, please, before you try to cancel somebody, check yourself first. You're doing something that no one knows about in the darkness that deserves to be cancelled. Please have grace. That's a belief. We're all human. We all make mistakes. As long as someone is willing to actually learn after making the mistake, I don't know why you're canceling. Jesus didn't cancel you, so you have no place to be canceling people. All right, thank you, bye. Okay, the last and final thing that we need to be leaving behind in 2020, honey, that's comparing yourself. And I know it's hard. I know I say this in almost every video, but you need to stop. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a constant thing on my channel because it's a real thing. People really go out and compare themselves, and it's like, Why, honey? Why are you doing this? It literally just steals your joy. It makes you feel bad in the end. It's like, why do you keep doing this to yourself? So leave it behind, honey. The only thing you should be comparing yourself to is your past self. So if that's January 2020 you and March 2020 you, that's cool. It's good for seeing progress. But if you are comparing yourself to other people, you don't know what's going on. You just see their final moments and their happiest moments. You do not see the behind the scenes. You are seeing their, let's see, level 20 self, and you're comparing your level 1 self, you're not one, your level 2 self to their level 20, and that's not fair, honey. Like, cut it. Okay, guys, that's my little chat. That's the 6 stuff that I think we should be leaving in 2020 in our personal lives. And if you guys have suggestions too as to stuff we can leave in 2020, leave them down below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Ntokie, and if you like this video, girl, subscribe, or boy, I don't know. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. What's up, 2020? Let's get into it.